What's up to everyone watching the show? Hey. We're going to get it cracking today. Whether you are on YouTube or Facebook, rep your city in the comments. You are watching the Rocky Road Productions Porch Talk Podcast, episode 55, the Love and Success edition. Yes, 55 for Porch Talk. With myself, Rocky Road, Diana Big Fella, and Shelby the Great. Shelby the Great and Big Fella are not able to be here today for just cause reasons. But we have Black and Shorty from Vitamin D.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday to you, Shorty.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So please, click like and share the show right now for us. We appreciate you and your support. You can stream our podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeart, Radio Public, and more. Today we have a lot to discuss. The main topics are: why is a man labeled weak for being vulnerable and when confiding in his woman?
His women.
Yeah, his woman. Some of them do have women, though. Shit. And why do women use and feel sex is adequate as payment or gifts to their men? Shout out to Podcasted Studios and Groove Radio Detroit. Make sure you follow them on Facebook. They will have their websites listed on their pages, and follow them there also. Shout out to Mr. Corned Beef in Highland Park, located on Woodward. Go and grab you one of those tasty and tender sandwiches. Let them know that Rocky Road Productions sent you. You won't be disappointed, and you won't, child. And I suggest that you go ahead and get that twister with that corned beef and turkey, add some Russian Swiss, and get some grilled onions on an onion roll. That's just my suggestion. You do you, though. You do you. Okay. Again, that's right. Again, I'm going to need you to please click, like, and share. Okay? Funny. Right now. Our call-in number is 248-854-9850. And, of course, we want you to send in your shady and scandalous stories. It doesn't have to be about relationships. It could be with all type of shit. You know we got a lot of crazy shit going on in our family, so you can send some of that shit, too. It'll be anonymous. We won't reveal who you are. You can email us or go to the website under Contact Us, and it'll give you a prompt to send your stories. That's at RockyRoadMedia.com. So let's begin the show. Why y'all think men are labeled weak when they're just being vulnerable by women?
For me, I think it's just because a lot of men of my generation grew up where we didn't do that, you know, or the men before us didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So we hold a lot of stuff. Keep a lot of stuff because we don't like for it to be used against us. You know what I mean?
It.
You know, so but I don't see why it should be weak though. I just think it's more of how you raised. If you do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I literally had this conversation yesterday with a friend of mine, and
I
I saw something on Instagram. I saw something on Instagram about the same thing. And it's that, I think, it's it was. You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I think I had the same problem with basically opening up to a woman, you know, with certain little things because I felt like all women, I can't say all women. I felt like, you know, she'll hold on to that shit and use it against you later on down the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's more the reason why we don't.
That's why, you know what I'm saying, we don't really confide. You know what I'm saying? Some men do, but that's why I don't. I ain't telling you shit because you ain't about to have nothing over me. I don't give a fuck. I'll be on my ass. You won't know.
It's a terrible feeling to get something put through back in your face. Yeah, so, but I don't know why. I don't think I don't know if you do. I don't consider a man that does it weak though.
No, I don't think
it's just something I
we do.
You know what I mean? I had to keep shit to myself.
You actually supposed to be able to do that with your, you know what I'm saying, your partner, your partner or whatever. You should. That should be your best friend. You should be able to tell them something and they lock it up, throw the key away, and it's there. It never should come back out. But unfortunately,
it seems that way. It's not all. That's not always the case.
Y'all don't think it comes from, like, because I see a lot of more men than not anyway, like when their son shows any type of emotion, they tell them to tuck it in. Like, y'all don't think it's them from there? Y'all, when y'all grew up?
That's what I said. It's more like how you was raised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I wasn't the type, I couldn't cry around my grandfather. He wasn't buying that shit. You know what I'm saying? You be all right. Let it go. So, you know what I'm saying? To be tough. You know what I'm saying? To make me tougher growing up. But, like, confiding in I don't think, well, I guess that is kind of relatable. You know, make you want to keep you being tough. The more the more you grow. But I just don't see it as being weak. It's just, I think it's more weak of the woman that uses it against you. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
some weak ass shit.
Yeah, the man confiding, that's actually strong. That take a lot because I know I can't do it.
Open up.
Because I've had it done to me before, and after that I was like, nope.
Yeah, I mean, it's typically the women in our lives that do it. Because when fellas communicate to each other, we already communicated a different type of way anyway. You know what I'm saying? So usually the fellas that you communicate with, y'all tight. Y'all already got an understanding of it.
Exactly. It's stuff.
But the woman, like, if she get mad at you, she gonna everything you ever told her.
Everything.
You might get all of that back to you. When your fellas get mad, they ain't about to bring up shit. They ain't thinking about that. Y'all either scrapping or y'all either scrapping or falling out. It's rare that men go, hey, remember when you did da da da? They ain't thinking about that in the moment when they mad.
Hell no. It's
right. To each other?
Yeah.
Or to the woman?
No, to each other.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
I want to know, like, why do women do that, though?
When men do it, they do it because the woman did it.
Why do women do that?
No.
Okay, so when they throw it up in your face.
No, I'm in a relationship with somebody that does that.
The man does it?
Yes, I don't.
Oh, and now we going to get to that. Because that was the next thing stemming off of this.
But I'm saying,
so he did it because it was done to him.
Because I do it. I don't,
Yeah, it's more.
If it's relatable, then, I mean, it got to come. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it's relevant. But I'm not about to reach around the corner and be like, you remember when this time? Like, I don't remember for real.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
Well, that's good for you. Women got hell of a.
But see, you got to keep it relevant though. You got to. I will remember it. It's more for me anyway, and I think for a lot of women, it's not necessarily remembering the thing. It's remembering how that thing made you feel. You know. And so, if it come up, it's because hold on, bro. Like, this is very familiar, and I don't like that. Like, we backtracking a little bit. Like, this ain't cool. So I bring it up at that point. Like, this is we riding backwards.
Yeah, I guess that depends on what he told you.
What we talking about?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what he told you. Right.
And that's my question. So my thing is, give me an example of some stuff. Like, because are we talking about like you? That's why you a bitch ass nigga, because you was over there crying and da 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 da, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely one.
It could be that. It could be.
Yeah, that's some weak ass shit.
You know what I'm saying? If you hurt, a woman would dig deep to find something to hurt you.
Okay.
To hurt you.
Okay, because the only time, for instance, like the only time I'll bring something back up is like, let's say you're about to make you're trying to make a decision.
Right.
And I don't think it's a wise decision because we went down that path before, and it's like, well, remember this went this way, and I don't think this is a good situation, and the person still might be like, you bringing up old shit. Well, only in the context for us not to, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's super weak.
Depends on your approach.
Yeah, I think it's super weak when, like you said, you confide in somebody. And that situation ain't got shit to do with you.
Yeah.
And they bring it back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do this. Like, nigga, I didn't do it to you.
Right. That's weak.
I just told you about it. I was just being honest.
Exactly.
Give you a little insight on my life.
That's the one that hurt the most.
Yeah.
Like, I told you something.
That's weak. That's trash.
To get it off my chest, I'm leaving it with you. And then we in a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
You reach around and slap me in my face with that shit. I'm going, oh man.
Trying to make it relevant.
Like, damn, that was 2 years ago. You still what?
Yeah, them ones hurt. They cut me deep.
Them gunshots cut me deep.
So this is my question. Then how do you gentlemen get close to the women you're with?
It don't sound like they do. He said he ain't told her shit.
Really don't. I mean, you get close, but at the same time, you still got, you didn't
Like that.
You got close, but you didn't give.
You ain't mama close.
You ain't grandma close. You ain't giving all
close. Yeah.
See,
I
don't have that issue no more. I'm with somebody that's on the same page. So
that's good.
But I made it clear at the beginning though, like I'm gonna be transparent, and I expect the same from you. So if I tell you something, or you tell me something, we should be that should be here. If it ain't, I was like, the moment that you go outside of this and tell somebody something I told you, or if you regurgitate something to throw it at me, it's over. Like
Set
it
your
ain't
boundaries
even
at the beginning.
It ain't even we having another discussion about it.
That should
because
be
this is
something
already
understand before.
non-negotiable.
Like,
Right
you know what I'm saying? It seems like a lot of women don't understand that beforehand, though. Even before they get in relationships, they don't understand that's not something you're supposed to do. They like,
well, you know, all bets can be off when they get emotional. So,
man,
A lot of time it's coming from an emotional place. So, in that heat of the moment, they hit you with, "Man, that nigga was talking to you all crazy. You ain't do shit with your bitch ass." You like, what?
The fuck this got to do with today?
right?
The fuck this got to do with right
You
now?
talking to me crazy? You like that nigga? I'm like, what?
Man, that's wild.
I mean, yeah, that is wild, but I do say though, you can't be letting other people talk to you crazy and then come and talk to your woman crazy.
Nah,
Like,
you can't.
you
can't.
really do have to take heed to that. Whether it sounds offensive or not, don't come home. It's just like the man that always go out and get his ass whooped, but then he want to come home and whoop his woman ass. No, whoop that nigga ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't try to exert your dominance on me, bitch. 'Cause I'm gonna wait till you go to sleep.
That's what that weak ass nigga right
You know what I'm
there.
saying? I'm gonna wait till you go to sleep. I wouldn't be the one or the two, but I don't keep company with motherfuckers like that.
No, not at all.
We should.
Cause we all can go to hell.
Not
Keep
at all.
fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, hello everybody. Don't take everything I say so serious. You know y'all get y'all panties in a bunch like, oh my god, I can't believe she said that. Shout out to all my Karens and Keiths out there.
That's what we named them. Keith.
I guess.
Okay.
Kevin's.
Kens.
I don't know. Some Kens. That's what we. Yeah, Karens and Kens.
Yeah,
What's
like
up?
the Ken.
I think it's a real problem though in our community when it comes to relationships and being vulnerable on both sides. We come in this thing with these guarded hearts and we're setting ourselves up for failure because the truth of the matter is you can't go in a situation, I'm not going to be the one to take the L. Fuck that. Like, if that's your mentality, you're going to have a hard time with love because love is a risk.
And that's what I mentioned before. Like, we be jumping into these relationships so young and committing to people so young when we got all these traumas that we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? You be... You want to just offload some shit to somebody and you feel like you can be vulnerable with them, and then in the moment of disparity because she can't handle her emotions, now she done fucked you up and now the whole relationship is gone to shit. Because now it's just little bickering arguments here and there about socks on the floor, drawers in the bathroom, who didn't put the tissue on the roll right. Like now we just bitching. Man, that should just be a downward spiral.
Shit becomes a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
They start off toxic though because don't nobody know how to. We don't know we don't even know what we're doing. You don't even know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of little boys raised in households where they can't cry, where they can't tell somebody how they feel. Kids can't communicate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody being told to shut up and start there. So we're raising sons and daughters in your house, and you telling your little girl to be quiet. The last thing she gonna do is be quiet when a grown motherfucker tell her to be quiet. She gonna keep talking. No, I got shit to say. Like, I'm not done.
Right.
That
We
should be
are
bottled
raising
up.
ticking time bombs.
Same thing with our sons, though. You know what I'm saying? You tell them stop crying. Nigga, I'm hurt. Like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? I'm crying because it hurt. That's like a normal response. That doesn't have a gender on it. We gotta stop putting genders on shit so motherfuckers can grow up and be able to tell people how they feel.
Yeah, because we definitely grew up in an era where it was you couldn't be crying.
Man,
my grandfather didn't cry at funerals. I'm serious.
Shit. Now he was hard as nails.
Never lost 2 sons and shed a tear.
that's why.
And it's so emotional, unhealthy.
It is because you're not letting that shit out.
I mean, I ain't never seen him snap either, though.
Yeah, he ain't carry a lot.
He
We do, because I know
he was something else.
We carry a lot in, hold a lot in. You know what I'm saying? Without it coming out and shit, because goes back to saying, you know, you be holding stuff in because you can't tell your partner because she gonna turn around and use it against you, but you got a lot built up, and when it come out, then it gonna explode on your ass.
Yeah,
so
you
better
don't want
be
that.
cool.
I know exactly.
You better tread lightly.
In real life, though, like in real talk, everybody raising kids now, like we got to do better and allowing them to express themselves, asking them what's wrong and filtering through emotions. Like a lot of kids, it's only 2 emotions. You know what I'm saying? And it's happy and mad. You know, but a lot of people don't understand that those are just like reactions. Like those aren't real emotions. They're just reaction. You happy because why? You angry because why? So when like we got to start asking questions. You know, if my son, he get upset. What are you upset about? Like what happened?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So and that it just, I do it. It leads up to the adulthood, so we can be able to tell each other.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
What the real problem is versus throwing up like, hey, remember, you a bitch ass nigga because, but I'm not mad at that. I'm mad because, homeboy, how you talking to me right now is real reckless. That ain't got shit to do with that. But right now, you got some loose lips on your face. Like, reel it in. But we don't say that. We be like, why you being a hoe ass nigga?
Our whole community needs some ayahuasca. We all need ayahuasca, or is it DMT? We need one of the 2 or both of them. Hell,
let me Google this. What
ayahuasca. You're not gonna be able to. I can't spell it myself. You gotta say it in the phone. But Google it for real. We need some ayahuasca to help us heal because you know this stuff is becoming volatile, and also we're always on a defensive mode. We do everything in survival mode.
Facts.
And that's why things are so difficult, you know. And then the world today, to me, just in my opinion, is moving so fast. Too fast, even for me. I don't like vroom, 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 vroom. I don't like that. It's too much.
It definitely is. We talked about that last week with our kids. We got 2-year-old. I got 3-year-old. He can unlock my phone. Like, I can't even get in my phone that fast. 3 years old, tablet, everything. Like, I'd be like, man, it's crazy. 10 is 12, 12 is like 15.
Yeah, shit, 12 might be 20.
The struggle of like, raising kids is real. Trying to keep them up so they won't get left behind, but trying to keep them in that safe space where they're not too far ahead.
Yeah, we just having that. We had that conversation on the way here. Something happened with one of my kids where they stayed out too late. You know what I'm saying? But at 17, I'm thinking like, is it too late? You know what I mean?
In this day and age, right?
This day and age, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, but, it's still too late.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Because of how we was raised, you know what I mean? But they ain't looking at it like that. Shit, they think that they way beyond how we was at 17.
You want to fall through this bitch? Go ahead and give me that money for that water bill. But you know what?
My daughter think like I was just born a fucking adult. Like I was never a child. Right. Like I never was 17.
Why did your daughter look so grown now? I was just so...
Because 17 is like the 21 in her mind. In her mind, she thinks she grown. I'm like, oh, she pretty. I love it. I can't... That's what I was telling them last night. Like, dog, that dress. I'm like, if I fight that shit, I'll be fighting that for the rest of my life.
The dress wasn't bad, though. It wasn't bad.
That was the second dress y'all saw.
Second dress.
She just...
Number one, we was messed the zipper up.
About,
and we had, it was about to be curtains, but I had to, you know what I'm saying, make a couple calls, woo. We found another small dress. Let's go try it on. What can you lose?
Yeah.
It worked out. Got her down to the homecoming, you know.
Well, thank God.
But, She think like I ain't never been here before. Like I was just born a fucking adult, and she popped up, and I don't know shit.
Yeah, it's funny because our parents used to say the same shit about
I'm about to say the same thing though.
Some of the conversations I be having, I be like, I told myself I wasn't gonna do this.
Yeah, like I remember my mama saying the same shit. But still, it's true. I don't know if y'all got 17. Anybody?
Nah, I ain't hit 17.
Mine is about to be 17 in January. So, Black, I want to ask you this then. So, what do you tell your daughter in regards to dating men? Do you tell her don't throw shit up in his face and it's okay?
We ain't really got to the dating little conversation yet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really got that point.
It's hard.
Yeah, I asked her. I asked her about. She got a boyfriend. Nah, boys weird and shit like that. They stupid and so I'd be like, well, is you? but you can't really ask her that. So I'd be
Shit,
like,
you can ask.
You the daddy. You can ask.
But how do you?
You just ask. Like, excuse me, do you like girls?
No, you say like old dude did on Kane, Raising Kane, and he said, so what you, Lebanese now? I fucking died.
Some type of girl.
But I didn't really ask.
He did. I was like, my God, they're going to cancel this shit.
But no, real talk. I would never put my daughter on blast like that. But we didn't really have that conversation yet. Like I said, I asked her to be boys chasing her or calling her and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I do tell her, I don't care who, you don't let no man talk to you disrespectfully and be cussing at you and shit like that.
Right.
I don't give however the conversation is, if he talking to you, he's not cussing at you and, you know what I'm saying, in that type of tone. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
What was the second part of the topic?
We gonna get back to that after we come on break.
Okay.
Oh, we about to go to break?
Yeah, we about to go on break. He on it. Look at him. He keeping me to task. Go ahead, shorty.
What was that next part? Let's get down on that one.
Yeah. Because that was gonna be crazy. We'll be back. So all you women giving away cat for gifts and money, we talking about that next.
Yes. Donations.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, fooling. Look, math fit teach math and exercises. Just ask Miss Dana, she'll simplify it. It's interactive, fun, and engaging. Everybody welcome, all kinds of ages. You ain't even got to be in the classroom. Just zoom online and hop on the YouTube. So get your pen and pad, be ready to learn. And don't forget your gym shoes, we got cows to burn. Math fit, come on. Math fit, everybody, come on. You got a lesson to learn. Get ready, now it's your turn. With math fit, math fit. Where we work out and divide, add and subtract, multiply, and math it. Come on, math it. Everybody, come on. You got a lesson to learn. Get ready, now it's your turn. With math it, math it. Understand that, bust where we work out and divide, add and subtract, multiply, and math it.
I just think that at the end of the day, you have to first, before you submit to somebody, you have to believe in them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people pair up with partners and they don't believe in them.
Very, very, very interesting about Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri is unapologetically her. After all of this press, she's been getting a lot of negative press about who she is. Oh, she got a long weave, she got long nails, she got tattoos. People want to call her a man. People want to call her a rat. It's so much controversy here when, I ain't never read in track that you couldn't have long nails. And a lot of the women she was running against, black as well, had nails. They might have not been as long as hers.
It's only ever been like maybe 2 or 3 people that I cared about that enough to if they cheat, I'm hurt. But the rest of them, I play the role and then nigga, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But I don't care that much about a lot of people.
Nigga, real talk though, listen, this is real talk. I only had 2 people that I could say that I found out some shit, and that shit hurt me to my soul.
And with those 2 or 3, if they would have chose to have an open relationship with me, we'd have been better off.
I'm tired of this shit. Like, I'm tired of the people who live these social media ass lifestyles when it's people who know the real you. What y'all should do when y'all be on some bullshit is stop just following people who know your real lifestyle, especially the people who could give a fuck less what you do or don't do. But don't put no shit on social media where people who know what you do can like be like, bitch, weak.
I came out here, I kind of wanted to be under the radar. My husband is home, so being messy or even the slight appearance of it is risky. So I just figured I'd come outside and, kind of be incognito, if that's even possible around here, but we'll pretend it is.
Like some of y'all women get with men because you think they got a couple dollars and they not spending shit on you.
Yeah, that's
or
crazy.
Or badass kids. Stop trying to find a man to be a baby daddy for your kids. That's not their kids. Y'all can't be trying to date these men and be thinking they supposed to do for your kids. That's not their responsibility, especially when y'all dating. Where the fuck is the daddy?
Or let's normalize. Stop having kids with everybody.
Yeah, just anybody.
What is that shit about? Y'all be out here having a whole kennel of kids. And we're back. So I just want to do my I know y'all about to say, here we go. If you or yourself have been a victim of Michigan's first poor business practices, you can file a complaint with CIFS. You can call them at 877-999-6442. 877-999-6442. Yeah, I told they motherfucking ass on the phone every show. Listen, I'm being mild. Now, I keep telling people I'm a very nice person. But if you want to get to me, I'm going to get you back. This is very subtle. I have other ways of getting people back. You'll never see it coming. But this is very subtle. Yeah, so, you fucking with my money, you fucking with me. So that's true. That's just that.
Don't play with my money.
Don't play with my... So if I were you, I'm just saying, especially not that one on 11 in Evergreen. If I were you... I would choose somewhere else. I'm probably not 7 Mile, Wyoming either, but I don't know. I ain't never went there. Anywho.
I concur.
So, why do women, ladies, my beautiful ladies, y'all are beautiful and y'all are delusional as well and crazy. Somebody told me I was crazy as hell. I don't know who told me that, but at any rate, why do y'all think it's okay to just hand cats for payment and gifts? Like, it's Sweetest Day. I'm about to put this on them. I mean, you gonna do that anyway, right? I'm thinking you gonna give them a little throat action. You might gag on it a little bit, choke or something. I don't know. Give them a little throat action. And I'm sure he expects that cat to be lubed up naturally. I mean, but people have issues. I understand. You might get that Astroglide or what's the other one, KY. You might need it. I get it. Especially depending on what he hitting. If he hitting for the back, you definitely gonna need it. But
what is going on?
I don't know.
Turn on the success to vitamin D.
Why? I just want to know why. I mean, because if a man comes to your door and let's say it's a plumber, right? And he's rendering services. And he's fixed your faucet and maybe he's unclogged the drain or something like that. Whatever he's done.
Sound a little too sexual.
And
that's the example you gonna say at the
okay.
that you just
You're right. I'm not talking about that Roto-Rooter. I'm not
pipe.
That's the example you gonna go with, Rock. At the you just talking
well,
about,
clearly right? I'm not talking about that because if you already laid it, you can't. You've already given it to him. But If the plumber, the real plumber has come over, I'm not talking about dusting off your cobwebs. I'm talking about he's provided a service in your home. Do you think, or maybe it's a heating and cooling guy, maybe Mr. Byron Shelby comes to your house and he puts in a furnace or something, and then you're like, okay, I want to give this good black man some cat.
People still do that.
Girl, bye.
I'm like, I get it. Like in relationships, like I hear that a lot in relationships. Men complaining about females thinking that that's compensation for.
We talking about it all today in relationships. Outside of relationships,
like that's the real thing. Still, like motherfuckers still be like, "Hey, you fix my car? Come on, meet me in the back." Like motherfuckers do that.
Hell yeah, they do.
How deep is your throat go, ma'am?
It's not women's fault though.
It's not. I was just about to say that. How many men gonna continue to accept this?
Fault. That's what's wrong with it. It's men's fault.
But wouldn't y'all be scared of that though? Like, wouldn't that scare you off? Like maybe something's wrong with it.
Don't.
Yeah, you got a point.
It's our fault. It ain't. Y'all have nothing to do with it. It's too many of us that accept it.
Facts.
And that's the reason why it continues. You're so stupid. You're just dumb. It's us. I do not put any blame on a woman at all. At all.
It is. It's our fault.
We started it, and we continue to do it.
Man, there's women that still don't realize Sweetest Day is for the man.
Sweetest Day is some made up bullshit.
It is.
It's not nowhere else but the Midwest. You go anywhere else, they be like, what?
Yeah, because we don't celebrate that shit. We don't celebrate Sweetest Day, Valentine's Day. We don't celebrate that.
But still, Sweetest Day is some made up Hallmark, all them Hallmark ass holidays.
I had a girl.
But if you go celebrate Valentine's Day,
I had an ex from Georgia. She was like,
what?
Sweet as what? like they never heard of it.
Yeah.
Like,
I got some homies in Texas that's like,
damn.
I mean, but is you for a gift? Are you taking pussy for a gift?
Dressed up, served on the platter.
It's got to be some extra shit going on.
Anyway,
I have.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, how is it? How's the birthday? Do you take it though?
Like,
I mean, because we so stupid. Yeah, that's what
yes, we do. We do it. It's not your fault. It's our fault.
I don't know about that life.
We like I said, we started somewhere in 1800 something.
This coming from a single man.
Some woman needed something done, and she didn't have compensation for it. And some man said, "Well, you know what? You can give me a little of that." I didn't know
women were still doing that for certain.
A little of this.
When I was about 18, I had a homegirl that definitely got down for a nose ring.
You're right. This is BC here, baby.
Somewhere this started before Christ.
Right. Somewhere some woman was short on something you did that some man did for her, and he was like, "Well, you know what? You can." And she was like, okay. And then she passed the word around. You know, when you're short on something, you give him a little of this, and he'll take it. And we just... That's funny.
I mean, if the bill is $40 or $50, maybe. Like, if the service is $40, $50. But if he then put in $2,500 worth of work, and you talking about some pussy, what kind of pussy you got?
I want my $50.
Shit, I'm about to say I went broke now. Wait, I grew that shit.
Look, get my goddamn money.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. 9 times out of 10, a woman be wanting to fuck just as much as a man do. So let's be with all that little 40 pussy shit. Please,
agree.
Give me my goddamn money. Now, if you want to fuck later on, after I finish doing what I'm doing, I got a couple more jobs out here to do. Just say that. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? But you better give me my goddamn money. I don't care about your little stinking ass twat.
Can you imagine Black being? Oh my God, he's stupid. I can't even imagine him doing service calls because he would be absolutely ridiculous.
If I knock on the door,
he'd be like, "Say what you mean? What did you say?"
You said if you knocked on the door and Halle Berry came to the door?
Hell yeah, I'm taking it. 2,500. I'm gonna be 2,500 in the hole.
Literally.
But I think that's kind of like an exception, though. Like I think people.
I give her a discount.
Shit,
you ain't getting the whole 25.
I've been dreaming about that woman since I was like 9. She's crazy.
Like about 500.
I can say one. I do that for right now.
See,
that's what I'm saying.
I like
Megan.
Everybody got one.
Not making the stallion.
That's the dream about Holly's love.
That's my little young thing right there.
Not making the stallion.
I like Megan. You right about
whatever job
That's
she
why I
wants,
told you. It's her fault. It's always her.
And she got her own body.
Yeah,
She definitely got her own body.
I fucks with Megan.
Yeah,
That's my
Megan.
Megan right there.
So,
But I don't know.
I'm with the Halle Berry too, though.
Yeah,
I'm with the Halle Berry.
I just, hey.
I'm about the motherfucking money.
Yeah.
I believe you, Black.
Yeah. I don't know about that life. I ain't never paid for none, so.
Can't be.
And I've never
I mean,
gotten
you
paid.
either-
I never sold no
You
pussy
either
either.
want to do it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, then whatever. Ain't no big deal.
I've never sold none, but I didn't have a long time to even get into being ratchet and reckless anyway. Shit, I was a parent by 19. I was married by 24. So
do y'all really think it's just the man fault? Because I feel like some women.
I don't think it's
I feel like
just
some
the
women are
man
brought
fault,
up that
but I'm
way.
saying we.
Like I got an old school auntie. Like she taught, like everybody, get your money, and you need to, you know what I'm saying,
Sitting on a gold
use
mine.
your thing to get what you want to get. You know what I'm saying?
Some people do teach that.
It's a lot of people.
You have sex.
You can take the condom.
You can go back and say let's say you consented and everything. Y'all have sex. You can then go back and say I was raped. It probably was something crazy like that. And then they got another law coming out. Well, this one I can kind of see.
They haven't passed it yet, though.
They don't need to.
Wait.
It's on the table, though.
Wait. After
Yeah.
Like when you done.
consensual sex,
Yeah.
someone can go back and say they was raped.
Yes.
Yeah. I would
How
have
could
them
you make
sign
that
a
a law?
form. I don't know. They
don't know.
better not. And now they got one they're trying to do where if the man pulls the condom off without consent during sex, he can get in trouble. That
That's
I
the
can
one you
kind
talking
of.
about.
I just read that. That's why I'm literally just looking for
I can
it.
kind of see that. That's happened to me before.
I don't know what level of trouble he should get into, but I do think, like, hey, bro, that wasn't what we agreed upon.
Yeah.
Like, hold on.
Yeah, I could go for that one.
Because now you put me in a whole different situation.
Yeah.
Here. That's
Right,
not
because
what
I
that's
don't know
not
what
we
you've
was
been doing. It'd
It's
be
not
different.
even that. I didn't. Clearly, we was wearing protection. I don't want no damn kids, nigga.
Yeah.
No, I don't want no kid, but I damn sure don't want no disease.
I mean, you can get an STI with a condom on. I'm just saying, like, the aftermatter of it is you still got to go through all these fucking changes. Absolutely, there should be some repercussions for that bullshit.
Yeah, don't do that.
But not after we agreed to have sex and nobody said no, don't stop, and you finished, and now I'm like, wait, I think you raped me.
So I'm bringing up these things because
I got to look that up.
Yeah, that's that. That's
I think it's in Texas. It's somewhere in Georgia.
Hey, that's that.
I mean, somewhere in
That's that white girl privilege right there. Yo.
That's
Yeah,
exactly,
that's something.
yeah, because
that's
never
exactly
mind.
what that is.
Nah, say that shit, cause
That's what it is, bro.
That's definitely what that sounds like.
I could meet you and we consented. We start fucking, and then next thing you know, you can say, I raped you.
Fellas, have them sign it away.
Yeah, you would have to get a waiver.
You gonna have to have this shit on deck now. You
have them
drunk
sign
and
on
all.
the
Did you sign?
Yeah, but see, this is what I'm saying. They're making an environment to eventually. I almost think this is another ploy of population control because in the minute. Men are already starting to not want to engage with women. Thanks. I noticed that they're not speaking to women. They're very, cautious because they don't want the smoke. Yeah. This is already starting. And then these laws, if these are passed, they won't stop. And they'll get to the point where it messes up everything.
Yeah.
Byron was the one telling me, he always looking up some damn statistics, my boo. But he was the one telling me that virginity is an all-time high now. With males, with younger, males that would ordinarily be losing their virginity.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Never thought that.
And then social media plays a lot because everybody's, acting out their lives on social media instead of getting out and really, intermingling and stuff like that. So, like I said the other day, they could have plugged this bitch for 3 months so people can be in the think again because people are not thinking and they're not operating normally. I just seen a young lady. I was at the light at the Greenfield in 696, and she's in her phone.
Bro, people are driving, staring at their phones now. Like, I mean, not like, oh shit, where I'm going. No, like
in their phone.
Yeah,
like bro, you
with your head down.
Like you driving. Put your head
day.
Yeah,
every.
But that's not. But what I'm noticing is like. all that social media shit, it's not just young people no more. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody. It's not men, it's not females. Like, I have seen like gray haired men in they like.
Well, yeah, because we got some chicks slapping her ass.
You know what? Let me just slow down real quick, because I'm not even about to play this game with you, big fella.
Yeah, I made a joke. I'm talking about years ago, because girls used to always post. Guys, send me a man that's meant for me. You ain't gonna see him. You gonna walk right past your ass.
Yeah.
You ain't got your face in your phone. You ain't gonna see him.
That social media is killing shit. That social media is
I'm a truck driver.
Okay.
And I'm local. Right. I drive, and I'll be at a lot of busy intersection streets or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting up high, is what I'm saying. I look down in people's cars all the time, and this is all you got.
It's scary.
Like, dog, what the fuck are you looking at?
Right.
Because
for hours.
Like, Jesus.
But that's what they make that shit for, though. They make it to keep us disconnected. People don't even know how to have conversations no more. Right. Like, you can tell, like, even though the younger generation, because I feel like the younger they get and the older they looking, like, even though they look older, you can always tell about what age group they in by how deep they in this phone. I mean, you get some people 30 and up that's real invested, but for the most part, it be like 26 and under. Yeah. That's just like...
Yeah, but they don't know how to mingle.
That's what I'm saying. They do this. They be all together like this.
Like you said, they think that's a form of a connection of keeping people connected, but it's actually a form of disconnection.
Facts. I realized that my daughter don't have no friends. For real. Like, she had a whole bunch of people she talked to. She be on, like, FaceTime, group chat and shit. You know what they sit there and do? Play fucking Minecraft.
Yeah. That's what my daughter and them do.
What else do I said, so what? No, I don't allow them to play Roblox. That's, I
think my kids are playing that damn Roblox.
That specific channel is a lot more open than Minecraft. Like, you have a lot of adults and child predators on there. And a few children have been lured and molested off of Roblox. Crazy. And then they have, certain rooms in there that they can get access to, like it'd be what's it called? Look at me, SDM. Is that it?
What the S&M?
The S&M, yeah. The whips and the chains and shit. Like they be having them type of rooms and shit on there, like
BDSM rooms and Roblox.
Yes, also just for the families who let your kids play Roblox, just watch what they're playing. If you let them play it, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. My kid can't play Roblox. I never knew that. My kid can't play Roblox.
I don't even know. What Roblox is.
Technically, they be getting on all these joints.
Minecraft too.
One of the other podcasts here, they had a lady on that she an investigator, and they track people that are predators that prey on kids, and like it's so many apps that's for kids, but that's what these predators, they hang on all of these apps, and they create tons of different profiles, acting like a little kid, and depending on the kid, they may get them into a room, or what they be doing is luring them and say, hey, I'll meet you at such and such. They be in certain areas, and the kids be coming out of school, or in their neighborhood and acting like they going to the liquor store, or what they call them stores in the suburbs. They don't call them all liquor stores now. They call them
the convenience stores.
Yeah, convenience stores. Shit like that.
They meet them at parks and everything. They are luring your children. So for
I had to take my daughter off the YouTube thing, because for a while they had them things. People was hacking YouTube in YouTube and hacking the little kid games and showing images of people being hung and all types of shit.
The scary pictures and shit. People bent over. I'm like, what the fuck? So just be mindful, very mindful of what your children have access to. Like, that internet world is fucking ridiculous. When I looked up like YouTube and Google, when they first came out, like, damn, I'm officially older than the internet. Like, so now I realize, like, I use it, but now I got to be ahead of the game, because this is this is what my children are being brought up in, and I got to know what they have access to, and we want to get them like a little independence, but like we were saying, like what is that thin line between letting them still show you who they are and protecting them? Like, I feel like we got to be in so much more protective mode than our parents had to be for us, because it wasn't as many people checking for us then. You know what I'm saying? Now it's everybody. Now you got older siblings fucking with your 12-year-old kids. Now you got, you know what I'm saying, stepdaddies in the house when the mama not there fucking with your kids. Not they stepkids, but your kids. You got people luring your kids on the fucking internet. And you got your kids thinking that they life's supposed to be a certain way because of the internet. And then they looking at you sideways when you're not buying them. My daughter came to me and asked me, like, I'm not a name brand whore. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. But I can buy a Louis bag. I don't want one. I can find something else to do with $2,500. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely don't want none of that shit.
Some of them are nice. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not that person. This little nigga came to me and asked me for a fucking Louis bag for her birthday. I said the fuck.
She sees 10. I told y'all 10 is 12.
But I don't. But you know what I'm saying. But just goes to show you the type of shit.
That ain't what you do. So where she getting that shit?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck do you be watching on YouTube? Who got a Gucci bag? Who got a Louis bag? Because I don't have.
Yeah, my daughter has brought that stuff up too.
Yeah.
I don't give you that. And they live a comfortable life. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want them to get lost in that. To each his own, people. To each his own. You ain't got to come checking for me. But to each his own. But that's not what I want for mine.
We just gotta keep open communication with our kids, especially our girls. So you know, just sitting in that one podcast, she was like,
but boys,
the girls are targeted 3 times more than the boys.
But our sons are molested a lot more because
I wasn't discounting it. I'm talking about the girls right now.
Yeah, like I
you got
try
girls.
to tell my sons, I try to keep them to keep an open line of communication because I try to tell them y'all, like he said, y'all think I just grew up, I just was born an adult.
Yeah.
I went through everything you went through, probably more. So look, I can help you without you failing, you know, without you having to fail. You know what I mean? I try to drill that to him, like, listen to me. If you're going through something, talk to me because I can probably get you through it without you having to fail. And that's, you know, and even though it still takes them to fail to learn sometimes, but it ain't always got to be like that. Mm-hmm. And then I try to tell them that, I try to tell my older boys, like, when you in this stuff, don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, I know I went through it. If you went through it, if you about to go through it, you as a teenager, dog, I went through it. You know what I'm saying? And we can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you just it's kept about that.
Younger than
you know what I'm saying? Just got to keep that communication open. I try to, like, I tell my kids, my 2 youngest, when they come home from school, like, man, I got in trouble today. Like, what you do? You know what I'm saying? It ain't even before you hide it, because in hiding, I'm gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be way worse if you try to hide it.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as he walked in the door, I got in trouble today. What happened? Well, now tell me what really happened. You know what I'm saying? And then once they break it down, we can move on. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always about you getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's about what you did and how we communicate. That communication is important with these children.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I have to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell my girl the same thing. Like, you can't just come home and get in the bed every day.
Yeah, I mean, if you got no communication with your kids and they feel comfortable talking to you, if they feel like they can talk to you, they'll talk to you. Yeah. They'll tell you. It's the ones that don't feel comfortable talking to their parents or to their other relatives because that's shut off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid, it was a topic. Yeah. Don't talk to don't talk to grown folks or whatever, or
stay out of grown
we
folks'
being friends with you type of thing. They ain't about being friends. We just should be able to talk to you if there's something going on. You know what I'm saying?
That goes back to the first topic.
Should be able to ask you questions. I should be able to tell you.
You should be able to
anything.
You should be able to tell somebody you close to how you feeling and what you going through without it coming back to haunt you. You know what I'm saying?
And as parents, like, we got to do a better job of asking too. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of parents are not asking, like, they're waiting. And you got to realize the type of, like, we always just assume because they your kid and because you open the door for them to have this conversation with you that they're going to do it. When we got to, implement personality types in there too. Like, everybody's not open. They have personalities from the time they start walking and talking. Like, they have a personality.
He was a huge advocate of that. He helped my brothers and sisters through everything. He ain't helped me do shit. And the reason why he explained it to me, he said I was his son. Like, I expected you to be able to take care of what you had to take care of. And it actually kind of worked, but I could have used some of the help my sisters and brothers got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just was like, you was different. I knew you was different. And you know what I'm saying? It made me feel good that you had that faith in me. But, you know what I'm saying? It was some times that I needed you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to figure this out.
Shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, damn, that was kind of dope. What you gonna, yeah, but like I said, that shit ain't, it was sometimes I needed you more than you knew. You know what I'm saying? But communicate.
My daughter talks to me. I mean, I be damn near falling asleep.
Yeah. They talk.
Daddy, what are you listening? Yes. What happened? So I know the communication is there. Like,
boy, listen, you liable to call Corey and he be like, shit, I'm talking to the night right now. They call you back.
I love it.
And she be going.
Was she like that when she was younger?
Yes. The shit don't stop. Like, how the fuck you talk me to sleep?
Oh my God, it was crazy.
Hey man, I'm scared. My daughter 5, she already be talking to me crazy.
Yeah, you got a long way to go.
That's how they be. But you know, also before we close out the show, I want to say, you know, the thing about women throwing stuff back up in the men's face, that's one of those conversations that's often packaged one way. Men do be throwing shit up in women's face too. And they gotta stop that shit. Stop that crazy shit. You know, a lot of women too, even down to women don't want to be truthful when they come in a relationship with how many partners they've been with and different things.
I don't think that's their business.
I don't think it is. You shouldn't ask that.
If a guy asked that,
I don't think it's none of your business.
You would just say none of your business.
My husband don't know.
Everybody got a pass.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
It's none of your business.
You shouldn't be digging that far.
I don't have AIDS. I don't have HIV. I don't have anything that you can catch. I don't have anything that made me infertile. I don't have no kids around here that belong to somebody else that I'm not taking care of. I think it's fair to ask how many, if any, abortions, if you talk, you know, at a certain point in your relationship. I think that's a fair question because that can fuck with your future baby production. But that's sex partner bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not asking.
I ain't got no stalkers. I ain't got no STDs. I ain't got shit that's coming to get you.
I'm not asking that, and I don't want to be asked that either.
And you shouldn't be.
I wouldn't ask no dude no shit like that.
Please don't ask me
the question should be,
oh my God, no.
Real talk, you're not really ready for that answer.
Oh my God, please don't. You don't want to know.
Yeah, me and my wife talked about it.
Okay.
Y'all have?
Yeah.
That's fine.
In the beginning.
That's fine. She asked you how many partners you had?
Yeah, I asked her too.
I ain't doing that one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Listen.
I don't want to be asked.
The only relevant shit is, do you have somebody that thinks you belong to them right now?
Yeah,
well, I think the only reason I gotta say
somebody starting off, hell yeah,
is there
playing with me? Is there somebody that's around,
exactly,
that's been around,
that you are in a certain position in their life? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I think the only reason I could see somebody asking that is if it's from like a spiritual aspect of, you know, you tied, you got all these soul ties out here. You've been and slept with me and drove me fucking crazy. So I want to know, you know.
It's usually coming from a nosy standpoint, though.
Yeah, that's
it's judgmental.
It's judgmental. Of course.
It's judgmental.
Nah.
In most instances, I'm not gonna say.
And I don't want nobody to tell me, nigga. I don't care what she did when she before she was with me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
shit, I want to know. Every chick I dated, I asked.
And that's fair. That's what you want to know. That's
what if they didn't tell you?
We wouldn't have dated because if you can't talk to me about that, then we ain't nothing for us to talk about.
You're absolutely right. Because if you got to ask, it ain't nothing for us to talk about either. So we would have mutually agreed.
What if the number irrelevant? Like it is. I mean, it should.
But sometimes it's not really about the number. You know what I'm saying? For some people, like a couple people that I dated in the past,